Hey everybody, Tallsate here. I'm coming at you with probably a different video. I might make these from time to times, but this is going to be kind of like a deals and account plans type of video. So I do really want to point out that right now we currently have this 3-day, by the time this uploads, maybe about 2 days left on this deal here. If you are somebody that's considering spending money, this is actually a pretty probably one of the best values that we've gotten in the game. So you get 3 of these tickets here. And I'll kind of go over the shop really quick with those. You get 1 of these tickets. This is for SSR pieces. You get 11k gems, which is nothing to scoff at. You get 100 of the EX. This one, not as good, but like... you get the EX memory balls, which are good to kind of save up for some of the later SSRs or EX SSRs. So in the trading post here is where once you get the tickets, you'll go here and you'll get a data update successful mid recording. Yep, that is exactly what I was expecting. Nice. Anyway, I mean, I do have it written down on the slides, but so of all the characters that have been released up until Kira will be selectable, you get 100 pieces per ticket. So you can only redeem 1 time, but 100 pieces is about 3 levels. 4, depending on if you have like an actual full amount of... or not a full amount, but like if you actually have like lingering pieces, which I'll kind of show for a second, just math stuff. And then you can get 1 copy of any SSR, 100 pieces of, which is really good, especially if you're like pretty close to finishing up. And it's kind of like the big thing with this pack here is that you can definitely jumpstart certain characters or finish up some characters. So like, for example, if I do use this and I were to use it on Luna, for example, here, who I have at 80 on this account, since I only have 5 pieces, I'd only really be able to get 3 levels, but then I'd have those lingering pieces and I'd be able to max them with 1 more copy, right? So, again, I'm not going to delve too much into like that sort of thing. I just kind of want to show you that it's all the releases up until Kira that we've had no Mitomas, no Annie Rin, no Annie Nagi, and none of the seasonal stuff like Christmas Chicory or the Halloween SSRs. But as you can see, this is pretty good value. And I do want to bring it to players' attentions that like this is really worth considering. If you are spending any amount of money, this is probably the best that you can get next to the pass right now. So currently I do want to say like who is worth leveling up and grabbing. These are going to be some of the characters that are more long-term for the rest of the year for us. So Kunigami V2 for physical along with Adam. X-Rayo is probably your biggest priority. This should be like every newer player's goal should be to max him because he will get more buffs and ages the best so far out of every of our units. X-Nagi's the next contender in that regard. He will age the best, and he will get buffs. He needs them. So he'll feel a little worse right now, but it is really good to consider. And then Luna also does age really well for technical. And he's really strong right now, too. He's probably the best. He's the best technical support that isn't Nagi, right? And then I listed the Isagi V3 and V2 because they do age well, but I honestly wouldn't pick any of the intelligence characters in this pack, really, unless you're really close to maxing them out. Because intelligence is a stat that from now until like a while, it's like only limited stuff. So it's really expensive. And not really free-to-play friendly recommended. And then the last 2 for kick are going to be Rin V2 here. I mean, he's just really solid and strong right now, and probably one of the only good kick supports that we'll have for a long time in the perma pool. I'll kind of go through the next couple of releases in the next slide, but yeah, he is really solid. And honestly, this Gagamaru is actually worth considering due to him having the mix of him and Honda. So he is worth considering if you are close to maxing him out. And he also duels with Fizz support too. So overall, like, pretty decent character. And then next, SSRs. So the main SSRs that are worth grabbing here, this is probably the best one to grab is Awakening, just due to like it having the 3 core stats, and it's got really good skills and like really strong tiles later on. And then the next one I would consider that would be like higher priority is this one, the I'll Be Waiting for You hero, or as I call it, the Cheeky Kuni card. This one is also really solid at level 100, and at 65 plus it becomes really good for kick as well. So it is worth considering for sure. Intelligence, it's gotta be I Can Devour Him. This is like the only like good one of those options that are in there because the new anniversary card is in there. So I would consider this one. This one also kind of duels his tech as well. I didn't list it on the sides, but it does. And then for physical, it's just the Henri and the Rin V1 over there. I would probably, you might have the Rin V1 like leveled up. The Henri one, like, they did get the buffs and it's pretty good now, but I will say the lack of a really strong like ability would say this is probably lower on the priority list. Shout outs also to the monsters. I just didn't include it because it's technically a little weaker than Henri right now, because Henri got the special lecture buff. And then for speed, the other one would be the First Selections Cleared. Very solid card all around. I preach this card all the time. This one also falls under tech too, just because like it does have like that extension card and some tech boosting stuff. So yeah, unfortunately the technical doesn't have a single good permapool SSR right now outside of where is it? There's So Half Bake and I Can't Lose, but they just age. Like, just, it's not really worth considering those. These would be like the lowest of the low. But yeah. So I do want to say spoilers coming up ahead. If you don't care about units and SSR spoilers, then keep watching the video. If not, I may or may not put in a timestamp for this where you can jump to. We'll see. But yeah. So the upcoming units are by stats. In the next couple months, we should be getting X Bachiro, which is this one that I don't have a real freaking icon for still. He should be coming out this week, actually. That's kind of what people are thinking, is that it's either going to be him or this Raichi here, or possibly either White Day, Reo, or Sakura Asagi. Those are the kind of the 4 units that people are suspecting to come out. But in terms of the actual permapool units, the order that they were released in Japan was Bachira, then Raichi, then this Chigiri, and then it would be, I believe it's the Shido, and then Aryu, and then this Nico. So that's kind of like that would be what I would consider for the next like 2 months. Those are who we would be getting like for the permapool. We don't get any more speed because they released Kira really early, so enjoy him. Wow. Like, that's it. So I would say, like, honestly, goals wise, if you are thinking of getting a new kick unit, I would say Chigiri is really solid because he's an X unit. So he is like a pretty solid pickup. I think people say that Shido V2 is better than V1 by miles, but We do have a couple months for that, so, and if you do have your Shido V1 maxed, it feels pretty bad since they overlap in terms of actual like stats here. And then RU is also going to be pretty decent for tech later on, but you would probably want to stick with Xbachi if you had been saving. Do not consider these two if you are low spender at all. If you're a whale, go ahead, have fun with these characters. I don't care. And then, so if you are looking for intelligence upgrades in the perma pool, I would say if you're looking at intelligence at all, you're a psychopath. But I would aim for the Sakura Sagi and then the Nico, or there's another unit that'll come out later. But this was just my kind of forecast for the next 2 months of who we will be seeing, 2 maybe 3 months. So yeah, this is kind of everything we'll see, unless they do something random like they've done before. But if that happens, then I'll make an emergency video. Anyway, so the next SSRs that will be coming out, I do want to note a couple things. So Physical doesn't get a dedicated SSR for a long time. We won't see it in the next 2 months, I imagine. So I will point out that this Kunigami Chigiri one has substats with Physical, same with this Bachiro one down here, and same with this Baro Isagi one over here. They do have substats with Physical, but they're not Physical dedicated cards, so I didn't put them in there because to make everything easier. I will say this Henri's limited, and to my knowledge, gets dated pretty fast, so I would not consider full whaling for it, unless you're really concerned about the ongoing tournament right now, and she happens to drop early. If not, then might just ignore. It's a pretty solid skip. Now, the Maid Baro, on the other hand, is actually something for whales and players to actually pretty hard consider. And I won't really touch on that. I'll probably make videos on the limited SSRs and stuff going forward rather than the full SSRs, mostly because the limited ones are obviously a little more predatory. So I do want to talk about them a little bit more. And then, so somebody in my comments pointed out, kind of wondering what I kind of want to do with my account and things like that. I mean, we got all these gems saved up over here, right? So I'll kind of jump into that. So for this account, this is the Tall's account. I'm looking to max Xbachira on release. That's kind of what the goal was for a long time. So that's why I've been saving and sparingly pulling. I really try not to pull on this account when I don't want to. So, and I will probably do a pull video, but it'll be a little weird. It'll be kind of pull sessions because I'll be kind of writing free multis and things like that. So it'll be an edited video, which is rare for me. But yeah, so that's something to look forward. And then SSR wise, so these are two permapool SSRs that are currently more tech based. I was thinking of including even more future tech SSRs, but I didn't really want to take away from this previous slide here where I kind of listed the next two. I would like a copy of the Henri SSR on this account, just mostly because, I mean, it's Henri, so come on, guys. Let's be real. But yeah, this next Bachiro one I'm probably looking at, and then I'll probably passively level up this the Annie one. I think on this account I already have it at 60 anyway, so once it gets into that pool, I'll probably be pulling for that. And then lastly, the Tall 7 account. I forgot to put the 7 in here, but the other account that I used to play. I'll probably be looking to max Raichi. I'm definitely going more physical based on that account. And then looking for more physical SSRs whenever they fucking come out. I think the next one that comes out is a permapool one, so I'll probably slow roll that one unless it's a big jump. And then I'll probably be skipping the Henri one. Would like a copy. For this account, I'm just kind of hoping I hit the RNG for that one and just get it in a free pull. I probably wouldn't spend any gems for it. And then I'll probably aim for Maid Baro. I'm kind of unsure just because I did go in for the Annie Kunichigi SSR that just came out, and well, I can pull it up actually on, not on here, but the actual summoning. This one I did go all in for it, and I don't really want to make it a habit of constantly spending on this game because the rates are debatable. But this one was pretty strong and ages super well, so that's why I kind of did that. And I do want to do one last thing. So like oftentimes like there are lots of promos in here, right? And I will make videos on like the ones like today, like this PWC Birth Commemoration pack, where I do think it is worth it, and I will be picking it up on this account. But like for example, they will do a lot of these pieces packs, and these are generally not worth it unless they're, for example, like this Made Borrow. When they do one for this, then it might be worth it. But for the most part, these packs are just not like worth the like $70 price tag because you're really only getting one copy. So at the end of the day, unless it's like your final copy, it's kind of crappy. With that being said, though, I do once again want to advocate, if you are willing to spend money on the game, you don't have to, and you really like shouldn't, because the game is a gacha game and really predatory, but this is the most value you can get in the game right now and will definitely help out you long term more than anything else that they offer outside of the pass, which is the best value in the game. So yeah, kind of just doing this one to hold out for more content in the coming weeks, because the banners will end like all on the 1st. So I will hopefully see you guys, next week for a couple videos. I'm hoping that we get a couple content drops next week. But yeah, see you guys. I forgot where my OBS was. What? Oh, God. Oh.